Downhill Thursday. Downhill, straight down the hill. Oh yeah, straight downhill.
We started downhill by halfway through the show yesterday.
I think from Monday.
We did go downhill?
I think so.
Okay, good. We did live up to it Thursday then.
Yeah. One of our tours said we need to protect our liquor license.
Oh yes. So Lise, how I gone on? Because when I got in bed last night, morning everybody. Lisa got bad manners. Today is
Try to say good morning.
Yes, Thursday, the 20th day of March. We got 11 more to go because, as you know, 30 days have September, April, June, and November.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
in March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last night when my head hit the pillow, I had heard that Commissioner of Police Chester Williams was offered the position of Transport and Constitutional and Indigenous.
Take a breath.
The affairs. Indigenous affairs. Yes. Mm-hmm. And when I went to bed, that's what I heard he was offered, and he was contemplating it. And when I got up this morning,
I don't think he contemplated it yet, though, because I checked as of an hour ago.
Yeah, I don't think is
one news outlet says it is dependent on whether he accepts or not.
Yes, and another news outlet says, and I quote, behold the new police commissioner, Dr. Richard Rosado.
As of how much minutes ago?
That was about an hour ago.
The same thing I got an hour ago. And so like me kind of like we had to check with our news center.
Yeah, well, I had to tell you something. I just want to say congratulations to the new transport minister. But wait, would that be a promotion? Would that be a demotion, or would that be a lateral?
I don't know what the hell that is. That is.
Yeah.
Could it be a
police commissioner? That like when you're the prime minister,
you're up there. You're
at the top.
Yes. Top.
To even say if this reliable reports as what they're saying, that even that offer is. I know this follow even the offer. I know they follow the logics of that offer there. Yeah, tell a policeman, top cop, who, like I tell her, loves it like Jenny loves it.
Jenny, love it.
Want gain some kind of post about transport CEO.
But,
just the offer some.
Don't sound right to me, but I am not.
The last fiasco we just came through. We just gone through a major fiasco where we never understand what happened for a couple of months. So I know they really try to understand nobody political movements and things.
I don't look on it politically. I look on it as what the hell is that?
Yeah, I wonder if it's a thing where they say, boy, something. I think the time for go. But we are giving this position like, we don't take it away from somebody. I don't know if that because
something smells funky around here.
It seems to me like the
who stepped in it.
It looked like he and Karen Musa made it get along all right. So I don't see anything where I said there was tension there. And maybe Chester he's been the top cop, I think, longer than anybody.
I need to check that.
Yeah, and I think maybe he just say, you know what? Time to.
Well, he hasn't said anything or accepted anything. I talk about the offer, just the offer alone. Where did that come from?
Looking at the Creole dictionary under the phrase, if that not so, then nearly so.
No, I mean, right. If that not so, then nearly so. So why even the offer? Where the hell did the offer even come from? Like why? How you go for a top cop and offer you that?
Well, it all depends again. I would look at that, me personally, as a demotion. I wouldn't look at that as a promotion because.
Well, I never said promotion, demotion. I said, how you go from that
side motion
to that?
Yeah.
And then not just that to that. That individual, that are any top cop. Chester or any top cop. Come on, y'all know what it is.
You know, Super G said it best. Super G said it best. If that, then that, but that, and that.
Yes,
and
but
anyway,
if that
yes.
that, we have to ask the why. That not that, the why.
Actually, we have to ask Damai,
Well, lad.
because also another demotion that took place was Jose Mai no longer has the portfolio of sugar. The man no sweet no more, I guess. PMC got on a big meeting where they were kind of nervous, but I have to tell you the truth. I thought Mai was doing good in that industry. I think he represented the cane farmers and he looked out for their interests. The person that I believe that they're going to be putting in, Osman Martinez, I don't think he know a cane farmer.
Well.
What do you think he
well,
sounds, Steve?
well,
Did
no,
he
well,
have the news?
no, well, the portfolio got directly under the Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's still for him. And that's another new thing too.
Well, because the big people said so.
Yes, so now who they run this then? The big people or the PM?
Well, that's a part of the negotiating, no?
Could you imagine how big you have to be to tell the Prime Minister and country watch you do this?
Yeah. Well, so we say we want the Prime Minister deal with it. We want no other than you deal with it right now, because these things are very serious.
So, okay, and these people do not believe that running a nation is 24-hour time consuming job.
Well, that's one of the biggest. That's one of the bigger earners, I believe. The one of the number one earners. So that's not any little slouchy thing. That's big.
So we do agree that this is a demotion for Honorable Jose Mai.
I don't know. Depends on how you look at it.
Well, I look at it like this, because when they asked Jose Mai, I think Jose said, "Well, you know, God, you know what happened. I may think I sweet one time, but I not sweet again." But anyway, and so the PM know what to do, and he moves people. It's not nothing new to move people if you don't think benefit, you know. The hotel that closed yesterday, where the 3 young ladies died, closed on their own. They want to close. They felt that with the investigation going on, you know, that they would close. That's the news we got.
Hold on, somebody's here on the line though. Make her grab this quick. Yeah, Cremelo?
Hi, good morning, Creme.
What's up?
It looks like everybody to forget that Chester retired this year at the young age of 55.
Sure.
Rather than make all the training, go to waste all the expertise. The Prime Minister feel it fit to offer him a post as CEO. That's not a demotion. That's another chapter in his life.
Yeah, but out of the blues is what I'm calling.
Okay. No. I agree with this lady, because that's what
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
In that sort of probation of a public officer when they reach retirement age, if they are lucky enough to get an offer to be a CEO, that's a privilege, because then they get to use all the areas of expertise and the training where the government put into them. They get to use it at a policy level. So I think it's well and done. I don't see anything wrong with it.
We never say anything wrong with
His public service career has ended, sadly, at 55. That is too young to retire in the public service, but it is what it is. But there's lots more to get out of a public officer after 55. I mean, after what the government done invest in each public officer for training, I said, by all means, go ahead. It's not a demotion.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Are you a public officer? Because you only got like 30 more years to go before you retire.
Yes, and yes.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Very good. Very good. No, but you see, that's one of the things I thought. When I was saying Chester was like one of the longest serving commissioner, and that, you know, I was telling a guy that I'm a policeman for 10 years, young dude, man was about 30. I say, yo, retire from the police, start another job and work on another pension, get something else going, you know, thing like that. But
we shall see, no? We shall see.
Honorable a minister and look good front of your name.
No, the man will be a CEO, he not be no minister.
Oh, CEO, yeah, kill.
If this turns out to be legit, Where to go on, Mr. No?
Come on, brother, Bruce. It's Lisa.
Big on, brother, no.
She says not 55. She says far from 55.
How old is that?
It's about 50, 51.
That's far from 55.
By that far.
So you want to retire and see you when you get they come in 6 years as commissioner of police. He make history. They're not going to put commissioner work 60 hours the least. You could check the history of that.
Yeah, I think Groove done
Yeah, we
mentioned
just
that
mentioned that.
about 5 times already. Yeah.
In
Just mentioned that, yeah.
2019, he become commissioner of police. So February gone right there, next 6 years. But he's not, remember he always did the interview. When you retire, too young for retire, he always said that. He never
Yeah,
apart from
55, way too young to retire.
Boy, you know 55?
Nope.
How old are
About 50, 51, man.
me? No, no, I don't know. I don't
No,
yeah,
you
find
can't
out.
say both.
I tell you, he's not 55 yet.
Okay.
Not far from 55.
Mr. Couches,
Alright,
He's far from 55. So what do you do? They just take and make you finish the rest of years as a CEO.
I just think the whole thing some while. I don't know, but yeah.
He can retire when he's 55. So he ain't got enough time when go election come again, he'll be over 55 by the time.
Okay.
That's why they do that.
Alright, Mr. No.
Because usually use commissioners where they done 50 something for 2-3 years and you're out.
Alright.
You understand me?
I got you.
So-
All right,
You check it.
Commissioner.
Chester
On the
52.
13th of September 2023, Police Commissioner Chester
They're not
Williams
55 yet?
celebrates his
Oh, I
50th
tell them.
birthday.
When?
In 2023, they say it was.
Yeah,
50.
it's 52 right now. So I just say 52.
Uh-huh.
You
He
got
was
three,
born in 1933.
3 more long years. A lot of years in the middle. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Null.
Yeah. No, but I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
I understand the lady's point. He already made his mark as police commissioner. Longest serving under 2 different administrations, stuff like that. He already made his mark. And if retirement they come up soon, then maybe it's a good move to move into another realm. I wish him well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
Yeah.
being just this individual. And just like, okay, all the other regular commissioners, I can understand. This is Chester.
Say what you want to say. The man like the camera.
This
the
is
man
what I'm
like
saying.
The interviews. Yes.
Anyway.
Well, as Minister of Transport, you could drive right up by the camera.
Oh man, the man no minister, man. CEO, yeah, be if
Well,
anything.
CEO, it don't matter. Once you get up, your salary.
Cremelo.
Yeah, hello, morning.
Yeah, what up?
Where Mancha, me do put up your sign, man, and open up a law firm, defend one too bad man. You know what I mean? Make some money for yourself.
Well,
Where he a liar?
the man young, he got time.
Yeah.
The man could
Because
be-
you could
the man
open
could
up
be
that
CEO
time for
for
me.
Yeah, we have to wait.
One day.
Whether a CEO, you get a nice check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could be CEO for another 10 years and
Yeah.
still do another
Well,
10
yeah,
years.
start the lick boots now.
Later.
Like
Again,
food.
and again, no
Food never
confirmation.
win.
We read it in the news that it was offered, and if he takes it, then he takes it. And again, no confirmation that he has accepted that just yet. But yeah, still, hey, that makes news. That makes news. And if he's replaced, now the question is, how the new top cop, if this goes through, how the new top cop will handle the spotlight.
That's the question you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
The question I'm asking is, if it is true, will there be any fireworks in celebration?
Oh, I would hope that this one is not a fan of fireworks. Lord help we.
You know this, ladies and gentlemen, who I just turn on the man right there. Yo, 15 states that are in got measles.
Yeah, measles on the rise out yonder.
Yeah, that's rough. Yep, we hope that everything look going. Yeah.
I didn't even know if I may get measles. I didn't know if I may get measles shot, so I miss my.
Did you get mumps or rubella?
I don't even know. CEO salary 60K per annum with perks.
Why?
Commish right now paid a 90K with everything. So, yeah, less money that. But still.
My boy, I can tell you something. It must be good. It must be good to make them the kind of salary.
Yeah.
How much you make?
Must be nice.
90K.
Downhill Thursday, give me a downhill, somebody.
90K. Give it 90K what a downhill.
Yeah.
He says trying to join the feed.
What a thing. You get downhill?
Man, so downhill is the intro. Yo, you know what's the difference between fish and meat?
Aha.
I'll tell you during the break or Google it.
Well, lad, one of them there.
No, I'm just saying.
All right. I totally try to get my bearings there, cause you come on here like somebody tell me that tonight, like, why you read fake news to me? And then that's the first thing I heard when we sign up, when they log in just now. I like, okay. Well, that's I read that. No, I did not read that yesterday. That was not in my news yesterday. It was in this morning's news. So very interesting.
All right.
I know the line never there in there.
I put the answer in the field.
There we go.
Downhill Thursday.
This is the version where everything goes well.
Everything go well.
All right, give me the one where everything not go well.
We got a whole lot of non-good version. You see what that I mean?
Oh, your Lord, somebody tumbled down. Wait. Oh, here we go. Oh,
that's not a good tumble down.
Literally downhill. There goes the bike. Oh, that's the. Oh man. Lord.
That was a schwinn.
Oh man.
I wonder how much your life passed front tire when something like that happened to you.
Boy, they're that close to death. Can you see the bike gone? First of all, that will catch up with the stupidness. All right, here we go. Downhill on the skateboard. One wrong move. One wrong move.
Fly over that hill.
All see find that blood.
Yes. Man got a road rash.
Peel up. Yo, shout out to everybody, man. Log in whatever, man. Y'all log in. Send all the messages. So we know what they're about.
Subscribe.
Yeah, so we know what they're about. I fancy the Facebook thing too much, but still. Heal up. Everybody log in and share the live.
I have to do.
Oh boy. Jose Sandoval, what up? Buenos días a todos. Tenga un bonito día y no and make sure I want to say what I said before I go say the wrong thing. Hey.
Somebody get
Jose, make sure that I hope that clean for this, eh? Read.
Somebody. Yesterday, apparently, a pastor and 6 fishermen, the Bible says, I will make you fishers of men, were busted.
Why, Obali? G. Michael Reed. Good morning, sir.
We're fighting.
Honorable.
We're fighting.
The man say, what up? That way there.
Boy, they listen?
Yeah, of course, you know he listen.
Of course, God, G. Michael.
That's none other than G. Mike Reed. What you mean, sir?
G. Michael
Never you say nothing bad about G. Mike. Never, ever.
Who would ever say anything bad about G. Mike except him?
Hey, good morning, sir. I hope all is well.
We wish you well, G. Mike. Even
I know you never get to do your kite thing, your park thing this year. I think you didn't.
This is the month for it. I'm sure G. Mike is in the background organizing stuff. You know how you do it.
All right, let me get a message from there. Talk to yourself.
Yes. I love you, G. Mike. Yeah, the pastor and 6 fishermen were busted with a little bit over a kilo of cocaine. It is not known. I don't think the pastor was involved with that because everybody know that pastors are good. But yeah, he was a taxi driver and apparently he was hired to take the 6 fishermen. I guess from Corozal. And they found them with 1 1,137 grams of suspected cocaine intended for trafficking.
That is wild. Somebody's on the line, yeah. Cremelo.
Yeah, brother Frisco.
Yeah, where the guy, son?
It's a fisherman thing, no? That like anybody high Frisco, they could jump in your vehicle and fire. I mean, you know, they're not tell you they're going to go on pan. The police can't stop, you know, search your vehicle. By your vehicle, you can run around that, right? But then you don't know what happens to you in another vehicle because they're not going to tell you they're going to do this or then carry this pan. So he's innocently until they deal with the scenario themselves. No? Then they say, want to take the lick. But you know, I said, don't take the lick because you hire me. Why must be responsible for whatever you have in a vehicle? I don't know what you have. Kind of question, you just put your bag in the vehicle. So I think if somebody come out, Frisco left his bag, a good friend of yours, man.
Sam, who that made it?
Frisco, he left his bag. I go scream by Brody, I go pick up something quick, I'll just drop this bag by your house. No problem. See there, you put it in.
By group, no drop no bag at my house here.
Put it just drop the person down.
Yeah.
Corner of your yard, find the bag there, and you search the bag. So and so in there.
Yeah.
But you want to step on.
Yeah. Rough.
I mean, that scenario just like that. The person was in the vehicle, he hired the prayer group there.
They hire who? The pastor?
The pastor
he's a cab driver.
When a cab driver? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Why they ever said the man a pastor before they say a cab driver?
Well, it's just ironic.
No, but you know, they always try pick the thing where
Sensationalism, no? Okay, all right.
They use as pastor. I'm not a cab driver, but I'm a pastor likewise. But they use the pastor first. That's the name.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, if a taxi man, I mean, you must go get off of that.
Of course, because then you know you genuinely innocent when it comes to that.
They could look at one good officer could look at you and tell you.
Then somebody want to own up to the thing, and you know how the court goes. You can't do that, so. So somebody want to own up to that, they go. And I believe if I hear wrong, the only phone and take a look at that pastor will go home. That's how it go.
Yeah.
Or somebody want
well, they have to own up to it, and somebody have to say, pastor.
Somebody own up to it, then one person take a lick and the rest go home.
Yeah, bad man, and I said, the pastor that the criminal mind.
But again, the Frisco, just to segue a bit, jump this commissioner thing again, right? Next man in line with that, Dr. Rosado, Richard Rosado. Yeah, next man will be commissioner of police.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So.
Yeah, next in line. Because you got like 2 deputies. Well, they got 3 now with Sandra Borden, but she just become deputy commissioner the other day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sandra Borden, check it out. So, and like I tell you what they give you around this and like they pay way out basically. And come on, a couple months or a year time, that's it, you retire. But the next man in line, the Rosado, Dr. Rosado, Richard Rosado. The next man in line.
Well, there's a high court case that's brought by Bart Jones.
Yeah, I understand that, but still...
DCP, and he has challenged the effective date of the appointment of Rosado.
Likewise. They're not got much...
Well, there's a court case.
I understand that, but you want to see what I tell you?
Well, you can't... If you got a court case, you have to go through the court case. So
I know they have to go through that. Yeah. Right? Because as the commissioner mentioned, seniority no play no role when it comes to that. You understand me? Yeah, the police no got nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Got you.
So that's why he made it thing. But we're going to see how it play out to the court and then we'll see after that, no?
Well, I mean, that's not going yet. So at the end of the day, if just say yes, that, boom, bang, moving on. All right, thanks.
Hey, my brother, take care.
Yeah, long time here for him, Mr.
God bless.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember the other day there was a crime committed. I think it was on Freetown Road and with a robbery, I think, and there was a cab driver that was arrested with the sector.
Well, no, some cab driver. I just want to tell you, because some cab driver not got good reputation.
Yeah. But I think well, you can't say that a lot of ministers not got good reputation nowadays, neither. But I don't know. It sounds to me like that that minister might get let go because it looked like he simply was just hired to go. And I don't know.
I think before you get somebody have to say that, no, he.
Yeah, somebody have to say, yo, they're not for me.
Yeah.
One guy already said this stuff for me until the judge said, all right, you might go to jail for 4 years. The ball say, wait, enough for me. Enough for me.
Yeah.
Not guilty. Yo, I hope Lisa get back on. She's having problem with her internet.
Yeah, shut down your whole machine. Close down your whole computer.
Yeah, tell her, unplug your modem, plug it back in, shut down your machine, reboot it.
Boot up. Anyway, let's take a break, guys.
That's right. That's right. I still there to try to figure out why I use my ministry.
That's interesting that the big wigs in the sugar thing says we need you for dealing for we think Prime Minister. We don't want to go through somebody else.
Yeah, because
urgent matters. Because at the end, I think, remember now, when the shenanigans broke out, they needed the Prime Minister to get involved. So maybe they see some, and they say, I don't never good already when it comes to sugar. So
I think that what happened.
They must say, if we have to come to you, I have to wait till you get involved, better we make you deal with it one time. So that we not
but they should not be dictating who to run for we think. And the other thing is, it could also be that maybe Mai was doing too much of a good job in protecting the farmers. Because this industry...
Well, that would mean that you would be suggesting that the Prime Minister not do everything to help the farmers.
How dare you insinuate such a thing?
Careful what you say, though. Be careful what.
No, I'm just saying, maybe Mai was doing too much of a good job defending farmers.
I think maybe, I think maybe it has to do with, again, when the confusion start. Can't remember, there's still an interim agreement there on,
Yeah, but then in that case, then the Prime Minister should run every ministry because...
No, but remember that sugar, that not just any ministry, that one of the major earners.
There were times when I seen the Prime Minister had to go on for settle debates, various...
But sugar very important. Sugar and tourism are the two big earners, we believe. So, they don't need no help in tourism. Mala look like he got it covered. So the next thing that sugar, the people said, we want you to deal with it because remember it's still our interim agreement. And the last time the Prime Minister had to get involved to get to the interim agreement. So they must say, just make we deal with you and done before we have to do this all over again and wait till you get involved. Just you deal with it. Because the big money. That the biggest earner, right? That the biggest earner for Belize. Export
wise. I had a gear bumper sticker every time I...
Hey, them things you can't catch feelings. You get a job.
Every time I drive past ASI, BSR, my bumper sticker would I say, kiss my behind, but it has spelled MAI.
Hey, you take where you get. Prime Minister call the shots.
That's it. You are a cog in the wheel.
You want to be Prime Minister, then you put your name up there and you try to be Prime Minister and you give yourself the big followers.
Yes. I want to say that two of our weather people that were scheduled to come in today couldn't make it. Two, I think Mr. Natik couldn't make it. Miss Flay couldn't make it. But Lou said that they try to make it another week. And Sue want to make it 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Aye. All right.
You know Sue Flay, right? That's about the Flay.
Yeah, Sue Flay, no?
Yes.
G Mike say always listening. Kites are selling right now.
Yes.
I'm glad. He says the Easter egg hunt and program including big 5-a-side football on Easter Sunday. I guess that's happening at the park. Is that at the park? Yeah.
It's just a good thing that G Mike is always listening, but the thing is,
Charlie Burton Park. Yes.
Listen. Yes, the man no like listen, Frisco, with the tell and the truth, and the man no like. It still not the things the way how it's supposed.
Hey, no start, no start with G Mike. All right.
With the work, man.
Kathleen EB, what's up, man? Hey, B Red says we still trying to figure out what got now with the hot shenanigans yesterday.
Oh, I was preparing my quaff.
I'll give props to the hat, because even our Jean was amused by your hat shenanigans yesterday.
Hey,
Our Jean said, where you get all your hat from, man?
I got hot around his hose. But you lucky I didn't put on my yarmulke.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's take the break, and then we come back. Downhill Thursday, boy. I swear it was just Monday.
I tell you, this month gone by quick. You realize that every month lately we just said this month to go by quick.
Me, nobody want to believe I tell you the earth to move faster around the sun. No one believe till somebody come and say, guess what? The earth to move faster around the sun, you know.
I just clock it.
All right.
There you go.
At Brothers Habet and Habet, we've always
Welcome back. Man, I tell you. Oh, it is wild. It is wild. Shouts out to our stewards, man. Groove has totally corrupted the audience base.
No, I have just brought out the inner self.
I wonder if you made to change your drawers same time you made to change those hats. It's like, oh Lord.
Oh my God.
Yes, because I do have matching drawers.
Oh Lord.
Gosh.
Just when I go to church, I'm on the drawers with me necktie.
Hey.
Oh yes. Uh-huh.
When they used to call Lisa, what was when they used to call bloomers? What do they mean bloomers? Was that a thing?
The one with the elastic close to your knees?
With the frills?
Yeah.
You don't know.
The frills.
That mean bloomers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That for women?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't allowed to say a man to wear bloomers.
I know the
Bloomers, I think bloomers the way you used to put over like diapers and pampers and things.
When you used to wear Quindolin, that was my granny used to wear.
Quindolin.
Quindolin, that the thing we gave everybody rash, and I don't know what happened today.
I don't think so, but yeah.
Oh boy.
Yes, Quindolin. If Quindolin rub against it, like if they window screen the rub pile.
So you're saying the young ladies who would use Quindolin for Queen of the Bay?
What is a
They only use Quindolin because of the name Quindolin, Queen of the Bay.
Okay.
Quindolin.
Quindolin is a big. It makes your clothes bigger.
You know why Quindolin came out?
I spell that because
Look in the dictionary.
Quindolin. Check out the Creole dictionary and say.
Boy, that would be wild.
Yeah, Quindolin. Yeah, Quindolin.
A lie.
But yes, dinosaur. Oh. You know why Quindolin came out?
Do tell.
Because when the Europeans started bringing slaves over to those United States of America, they noticed that the African women had a protruding derriere, whereas the European women had a deficiting derriere. Yes, and apparently the European man was quite fond of that posterior.
Okay.
Yes, and that's why if you're looking at those old paintings, you see all these white women wearing this big thing showing a big behind them. And it was because they were trying, but it was like a balloon because as soon as they lift up the Quindolin, you realize, oh lad, not there.
Oh my God.
But that's true, that's why it came about, you know. They were trying
But you were saying why they...
I look for that word there, her spell that. I don't know if that's a real, oh yes.
It's a real word.
Quindolin dress.
How is it spelled?
Same way QUI. I didn't even know. I mean, hold on.
Never mind.
It would be how it sounds.
QUINDOLINE. Images. I look for it. Images of Quindolin dress. It's that.
That's how it sounds. Quindolin.
That big.
Type in big batty dress.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Wow.
Boy.
And people never had that.
What people?
Exactly. That's why they had the Quindolin. They had the Quindolin in a big bird cage under the dress. That Quindolin thing, they had a big bird cage wire thing.
How would you sit down? How would you sit down in that?
When you sit
One
down.
here is at least I don't know if this is because of Latin, but it's a quinceanera dress. Quinceanera. Quinceanera.
Quinceaños?
No, quinceanera dress. Same thing. It look the same with the.
Okay.
With the, you know.
Quindolin.
Look like a bell, right?
The way how you sit down in that, Liz. When you sit down in that, right? That's why you had to wear all of them. Mary had a little lamb wool thing under your Quindolin dress. Because when you sit down in a Quindolin dress, because the metal, the whole frame pop up. So the whole roundness of the dress, the front, you know, they cancel your face, your foot, they hang out.
Oh, gosh, man.
Yes, you know, you normally never sit down. You just walked around the place saying, oh dear, I have to go back to Tara. Has anyone seen Red?
I don't know. I know to get Quindolin, I had to get Quinceanera.
Maybe quinoline. Did you write fabric next to it?
No, dress.
No, he said he was looking at the image. He was looking for image or image.
It's come up as images of quinoline dress, but when you go to the literature behind it, you see quinceanera.
Oh,
The
okay.
quinceanera collection here and there and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe that's not the Latin version. I don't know. I can't find quinoline though as a word.
All right, it's quinoline. Okay, no D. Quinoline.
Quinoline?
Yeah, can appear as a containment in dispersing agent. Oh, quinoline or quinoline. I don't know.
Okay. So that quinoline.
Quinoline, not quindoline. Quinoline.
Quinoline. Crinolin, yes.
Look here. Call Danolin and find out if that quinoline.
Quinoline, okay. You see that? Remember that Creole thing with the dark boy, you know?
Yes. We
So
put in
maybe
the
get to the bottom of this.
Wait, hold on. We talk about quinoline. No say about I'm so easy.
Quinoline. So it's quinoline, party people. Get it straight. We creolize it and say quinoline.
Quinoline.
So that quinoline, Crinolin.
Yes.
Quinoline.
Yes.
Now you heard it. You learned something today. I have.
I was this day.
Quinoline. No, it's a perfect time to go to the Creole dictionary. To the left.
That no they in there.
To the left.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what we come up with. So which one do you want to go first? Quinoline?
I know you know I find quinoline.
Say quindoline.
Quinoline.
You know,
yes, quinoline. So that quinoline. So
I better know a free 5-pound bag of flour tomorrow that we know I say quinoline.
We are finding out right now. Boy, Ranga de in here.
Ranga they in there?
No, it's not.
That must be the new unabridged version.
You got wrong doing though. You got wrong. Anyway, we look for Q.
Well, Ranga and wrong doing are nearly the same thing.
Is it?
What?
Is it?
Depends on. Yes.
Who's doing it? To who?
Yes, exactly. What?
Well, all right. So straight off at the bat, there's no Q in the
exactly.
dictionary. In the
got no
dictionary.
Creole word to start. No Creole word start with Q.
Yes, that quinoline. But we don't got in the dictionary. That no Q. No Q, not even in the dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
There's no. We go from P to R.
Because for many, many years, Creole people have despised the letter Q.
All right. So let me go the obvious one with a C.
What?
Ah, boy.
What does it see now?
See the correct spelling of the word? That's not in here.
Queen.
I could go to K as the other alternative. Yeah.
C-U.
Quinoline.
I don't, like I say, I don't, this word in here for you. All right, C-R. Latatude. Yes, it's going to cranky. Remember, we look for that word there.
Ratatouille.
Our Minister of Quinceanera Dresses says, and I quote, "The quinceanera dress is what Mexican young ladies wear when they turn 16.
Yes, a similar wear though. They're similar in fashion.
Yeah.
With the bell shape and the frame.
Yes.
All right, so I know to find that in the dictionary. So
that's why Anita Ward came out with that song, "You Can Ring My Bell." All right. Good morning to Ronald. Ronald says,
it's because of under the dress, you can ring her bell.
You can ring my bell. That's
oh,
right.
Okay.
Cremelo.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
All right. Crinoline is spelled C-R-I-N-O.
Yeah, we don't get it.
L-I-N-E.
Yeah, we don't get it already. Uh-huh. Yeah. We already got it. Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Crinoline.
I am surprised that crinoline is used in women's clothing.
All right, so but
because
no,
I
okay.
bel-
And why?
crinoline is a masculine fabric.
Okay, so
Crinoline.
okay, so the question is that some people do say quinoline, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we say quindoline.
Yeah, we still do.
That's what we say in the
We
dictionary.
never
It'll be-
say crinoline. We say
Yeah.
crinoline. Cute.
But you know, crinoline is a noun. It's a stiff, coarse fabric used to stiffen hats and clothing. A full, stiff petticoat made of crinoline fabric. A skirt stiffened with
Oh
hoops.
my God.
You think
Yes.
stiffly in a dictionary?
It's not in there. Thank you, Ronald.
What right now say?
Ronald said,
Yeah,
Why?
he said that what we just said. A
Oh.
stiff, coarse fabric used to stiffen hat and clothing. That's why.
Yes.
That's a masculine fabric.
Yes.
that's racist.
How about
Oh,
Rastif?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Racist.
Yeah, very
So there's
good.
no crinoline in the dictionary? What?
That dictionary.
Yeah, that's an. I can tell you something. There's way more. We have to have at least 3 unabridged version of the Creole dictionary, you know.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, because even all of them big name Funk and Wagnalls and Webster and all of them, they come out with a new dictionary every year.
Every so often,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, because they're
Amended
adding
version.
words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They do take away words too, you know.
Of course. They took out Gungo Fufulu the other day, but we worked to get that back in. Yes.
We're gonna get that in the next edition, huh?
The,
Yes,
the gongo. Come make we dance the gongo.
Oh, the book.
Oh boy.
That's right.
Buffalo.
All right.
I made donuts last night.
What kind?
Krispy Kreme.
Oh.
Yes. I tell you the recipe, but I don't bloody lazy. When I go on YouTube and type in Krispy Kreme recipe, anything we don't want to eat, when I go on YouTube and type in,
It's right there.
yes, Krispy Kreme recipe. And it come out just like how it's supposed to.
Just like Krispy Kreme donut.
That's right.
Ooh.
And it was either that or Johnny cake, you know.
We're not lazy.
Yo, Marlon say wake up with a crinoline neck.
Oh gosh, man.
I tell you.
Quinoline, I search for C, I search for K, and I search for Q. I don't think I got no other letter we could sound like K.
Yeah.
Oh.
CH.
And there's none
They
in
never
there.
got no Q in the dictionary. No Q.
I didn't tell you. In the Creole alphabet, we not got the letter Q. No, we not got the number. Oh yeah. No.
What number?
Don't say.
Huh? 11.
Cremelo?
Of course, we don't have 11.
Hello.
Good morning, you mischief. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Billy.
Mischief, good
This is
morning.
the whole mischief. I couldn't get in yesterday.
Yes, you get in yesterday.
When I made a deal with rumors coming out that you had people in blue shirts going into the voter box with people and checking on them. The commercial that the Elections and Boundaries did was saying that you could even take your phone with you in there to take any picture or anything like that. Only the blind would have needed someone to go with them to mark the X for them because the blind cannot see.
Well, they have amended that
So what's the
position.
excuse for that?
Okay.
But there is no other excuse for anybody.
Yes, there is. They
to
made
go
a,
with you
they made an
into
amendment. They made an amendment to that.
Yeah, so that's something that they know. I remember 10 years old, I went and asked for a job.
Well, I want to say amendment, but
And my boss man used to have this phrase where he said, Junie, he said, I used to always hear an easy lies the head that wears a crown. He said, but I made think about only kings. He said, I know the king, I just one boss. And that when such a come and I have to find money for pay you guys, this is when me try. He said. So this brings me to the case of Hugo Pot. Hugo Pot no want to be the leader of nothing because he know that phrase, and easy lies the head that wears a crown. He prefer to be the deputy, he prefer to be in the background. There's people like that. They don't want to get out there and deal with all the craziness of being on leader and the responsibilities. You have to understand people. So that's my take for today.
All right.
Good
Very
morning,
good take,
Billy. You
Mischief.
guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, well.
You
But
too.
something
Why you not
fishy
call?
about
You not call
them
with
sure
tomorrow
to
then?
go. Even them voting vaccine people.
You lady said
And
that
it's not
AI.
legal. It was wrong. And it shouldn't have happened. Somebody needs to explain how
Yeah.
that happened. Them things are not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good morning, old Mischief.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. Yeah, that's the first story that was our first news story yesterday. But I think we exhausted that yesterday. Did we speak about the second round of testing for carbon monoxide?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
Okay. And
We
that
go through so much topics, so you don't even realize we
and
cover
that
them all.
they did find, so I don't know, you go one time and you're not fine, and then, well, I think this was
Yes.
who went? The Department of the
Well,
Environment?
Well, I know that the Chester said that the fire department did not get back to them yet, or the pathologist did not get back to him
No, I mean,
yet.
who did the testing? I think that the Department of the Environment went in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I know the
Department
fire
of the
department.
Environment, but they said they never want to talk about it
When they
Why?
because they're still part of the investigation. Because they find carbon monoxide, but how much? What quantity?
Yeah. And the fire department initially did 2 carbon monoxide tests also. So yeah,
Yeah, but they found nada.
yeah, exactly. And now,
The Department of the
they-
Environment went in with different tests, I guess. I don't know.
Mhm.
But they did find present. All right. Carmelo? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, morning.
Lower your radio or TV. Listen to the phone.
Right now.
Yeah.
all right. That way they cook today, gal.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
All right. I find the word crinoline. What one of the look for?
Crinoline.
Morning.
Yeah, no. Listen to your radio, man. Take down your radio. Do not listen to your device. You
Can
listen.
you hear me now?
Yes, don't listen to your device. Listen to me on the phone.
Yes.
You should have heard how good you sung on the radio.
We hear you loud and clear.
All right. I find on the word crinoline when I look for in the Creole dictionary.
Which dictionary that? Hey,
Creole dictionary.
how you spell?
CRINDOLIN.
So you say I don't know if you look for thing.
And it said, well, the definition will give me likely refers to the English word crinoline.
What page that? What page that? Which page you depend? Which page you depend?
The page I got CR.
Which dictionary? Is it the same one?
Oh, you got on a Google one. Oh, you got on a Google one. You got an online one. Okay, in the book, you know, it exists.
Okay, well, from the Google one icon and I type in CRINDROLIN.
Okay.
And it gives me the same thing, likely refers to the English word crinoline, CRINOLINE,
What's the web page for that?
which is a stiff or structured petticoat used to hold out a skirt.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So what's the website for that? Which page you go for look for that?
I just got on Google and type in Creole Dictionary.
Creole Dictionary. Okay. Well, there you go.
Look for the word anti-disestablishmentarianism for me.
All right. Hey, thanks, buddy. I gotta check that out.
All right.
All right. Creole Dictionary. I don't know if that's the same.
Now you know.
Actually, Google. When I take that thing, I got one glass thing. It said Dictionary English Belize Creole, and then it just give you you type in what you want to type in, and then it translate.
Your search engine, then it goes from there?
Yeah, no, in here glassbit.com.
Oh, glassby.com.
glosbe.com, and then it says Dictionary English to Belize Creole English. I don't know who run this site.
The AI.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
This is interesting though. And then there's another one, Ronaldson's here.
Okay.
501 Academy Belize. Okay, this is the official one here. Where's that for the book? This is for the book. But there's a site, and I don't know, I should ask the young lady just know if that's the same site. There's a site
Maybe she's listening and she can tell us.
that it's glassbit.com, and it literally says English to Belize Creole English. So let me see. Crindolin.
Well, what are we now?
Watch out if we show content now. We
That's
become
not it.
fabric-
No,
fabric designer.
this is interesting, but yeah, that not come up.
Yeah,
there.
it is. Yeah.
Okay, that not come up there. All right. I gotta check this side out a little more and see where it's going at. But yeah.
Well,
All right.
one question I want to know is which country was Miss Darlene Queen of?
So the 501academy.edu.bz is for this book here. And it gives you, it says to download the book. Okay. It's like in it's in web version where you literally scroll. No, does it download? In PDF format? Gotta check that out. All right, but yeah, I guess. Oh, yes, it does. It does download in PDF format for Frisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you know, PDF means pretty damn fast.
Yes. So yeah, it's 501academy.edu.bz, and there's a download link for you to download a PDF version of the Creole Dictionary. The Belize Creole, this official version. There you go. Very good.
Thank you.
Where's the oh, okay, say be ready to send another link here. Let me see. Okay, let me go here. People say they use this one. So where do you search?
Which one is that?
I don't know. Where do you search? Help me out, Debbie. Ready? Help me out.
On the engine.
Oh, this is another link. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. This is getting interesting here.
Very much so.
Yes.
Very much so.
All right. What time is it? Let me get back
Almost
into this.
completed.
Yeah, I have to check that page out. You have to explain that page to me there, my dear.
Send the link so we can see it too.
Go in the search bar and type Belize Creole Dictionary. Where's the search bar? I didn't even see. Lord.
Up the top there.
Or on the side at the bottom.
I know this is search.
Just the magnifying glass.
Anyway. Yeah, Carmelo.
Yes, when I got in a Google,
Mhm.
on the search tab, I just write in Creole Dictionary, and I type in the word Crindolin, Crindolin, and that pop up.
Yes, but which Creole Dictionary? Hold on, you have to go to Creole Dictionary first.
No, I'm not going to no Creole Dictionary. I got on the Google app, on the Google.
And then you type Creole Dictionary, then the word?
Yeah.
Okay. Leave it up to old Google, no?
Google.
Creole Dictionary. Crindolin. Okay. I still know the.
It should, because when I go in my Google, if I type in Creole Dictionary, and then right beside that, I write Crindolin, and it came up including results for Creole Dictionary.
Okay. Interesting, I know. Check it out. Sorry for burning your last credit there, my dear. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I think there's a. Yeah. Okay. It's a rabbit hole. Very interesting.
We're not going down the hatch though.
Yeah.
Hey Herman, good morning. Herman is in Chile. Yeah, that's the one we have, Herman. That's the dictionary we have.
I had to go downhill right now for real.
That's the dictionary we have. Thank you.
I had to go downhill. Oh boy. All right, you heard it here first.
Yes, somebody sent me one bread from Finland. Where there's a bread of Finland. We make I want to go to Finland, but go get this bread.
What kind of
Why?
Why? Okay, I can tell you why right now. I can show you why. Watch out. Well, you the growing up so far with that picture where I just put the crew group. Look on that crew group and tell me if you wouldn't want a slice of that.
I don't know if I want to go there with you right now. Let me see.
So one of our listeners where they backslide, send this to it.
Just
okay, right away you can read. Right away you can read.
Giuseppe.
That not Giuseppe. Lisa.
Giuseppe say.
Lisa.
Giuseppe say. Listen to me, the brand name Giuseppe say.
Yes, all right. I think we need to go to break so Lisa could box you. That's what you say?
That way.
Why? That's a fitting name for a loaf of bread.
Giuseppe say. Oh Lord, come on,
God, have mercy. Please, the man sit down right there 10 minutes to try and figure out this thing, yeah.
I didn't figure out nothing that way the bread say. Oh yeah, in Finland. How dare you?
Would you like to go to Finland?
In Finland.
You see why he wants to go there.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Last time I went to Finland, I went to visit the windmills, the dams, and the dikes that kept the fjord back. And there was a crack in the dike, and I spent like 3 hours with my finger in at the dike to try to stop the leak.
Yeah, I feel like a conspiracy forget me if it's a things. Speaking about books, yesterday was Said Musa's birthday.
81st birthday.
81st birthday, yeah.
And there's a book that came out as well.
Yes, his son Yasser.
I don't know if you call it a book or like a magazine, but
e-book.
it's in magazine form.
It's a picturementary.
Picturementary kind of thing.
That famous line.
No, watch me, watch yourself.
No, watch me, watch yourself. What year was that?
That's right.
Some say it was
1998.
Some say it was 2005.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I kind of partial to you better go back and take your simple pill. We had some very historic words.
When was Said Musa last in the House of Representatives?
He asked me that for.
I checked maybe if you remember.
I know that well.
You don't remember what happened yesterday?
I couldn't tell you who was the House of Representative last week.
Oh gosh, man.
Let me see. Anyway, so now watch me, watch yourself.
That's it.
Remember, I know who said I want to lash you like one donkey. I remember that one.
Oh yeah?
I want to lash you like one donkey.
No, I never heard before. All right. So yeah, so I don't want to take a look at that little thing there. Said Musa. Of course, his last 10 years as Prime Minister was very controversial. But, I mean, it's bold to have a thing when you watch me, watch yourself.
It's a double entendre thing. It's a picture book. Yeah.
So that happened. I don't know if the book is for sale or what.
I am not sure, but I know he was signing autographs, signing copies of it. He was signing copies. Said Musa, I mean.
According to you know what, we have to talk to Yasser about that.
Yeah, Yasser say got to do it with the other prime ministers too.
Yeah, they have a link. The man make it get his stats on this one now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a part of an archival project on Musa, so there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to make contact with
book
It's
no
been, it's
for
been a
the-
minute.
for the
It's
book.
been a minute since he's been on the show.
I know, right? You know, every so often Facebook would throw up a memory for us because we did take pictures of people, our guests, and what have you. And the other day it was Howell Gillett. And
Yes,
it says
yes.
7 years, and I'm like, wow, 7 years already.
Now they tell
And
you,
again, this stew has been on the radio now, going on 8 years this year. Later on,
long time.
it's
Yes,
gonna be 8 years.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, and it's been a very, very pleasurable 8 years.
All right. So the question to ask is: so with this CEO appointment, and if he takes it, is this the in that everybody expects?
Of course.
Is this
Of
the in?
course.
If he accepts this position, is this the in into the political realm for the one and
That's-
only?
10 years I know PM Chester Williams.
That would be interesting.
That would be.
Some speculated that he would have run in
That would
this
be-
up as early as this last election. That was debunked.
That would be upwardly mobile. I like what the man did do. I got no complaints.
So
with
you
the
think
man.
you see a political future after the CEO?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Being
think
the
I think so.
CEO. Yeah, being the
I don't know,
CEO.
it was when I was off, but one of our steward did mention that he's the youngest commissioner. He's 52. He was born in 1973, and then he also went on to say while he went from commissioner, and then he got a CEO position as well. I don't know if you guys had mentioned that, if he had sent it to you guys as well.
But yeah,
Big wins,
just,
big wins.
BW.
Buenos dias, muito finafe. Well, the afternoon over here, that's still morning for you guys, right?
Yeah,
Good morning, good morning. How you guys feeling this morning?
we good.
pretty good.
All right. Today is what? TT. Not Thursday. Today is terrific or tremendous Thursday. You know why, Steve?
Why is that?
Because FF is around the corner, Freedom Friday. And after Freedom Friday, you know what's next? The weekend is upon us. It's the weekend. It's the freaking weekend.
I know group could do some things with that FF business. Then.
I did tell you. I left it right
But
there.
Frisco, I hear you going to Finland.
Finland, no? I know they said that bread name no more. I stopped.
I hope you guys kept that amongst yourselves.
That was live TV, brother.
All right, and I hope you never share with Lisa, because Lisa, she's
No,
she's
Lisa
so
can't eat their
innocent.
bread there. Yeah.
No, not good, not good. My pa used to say, let's not go there.
Yes,
there.
let's not go there.
We're not gonna
Hey,
go there.
who
We
has
believe-
a higher? You guys could educate me. You, Steve or Lisa, who has a higher role, a CEO or a minister?
No, the minister is in charge. The CEO.
The
works
minister is in
under
charge.
the-
Okay, all right. So
A
now
minister
let me ask you
signed the
another
check, a
question.
CEO do the work.
Who has a higher role, the commissioner or a CEO?
But say the
one
CEO is supposed to be the experts in the ministry. They're supposed to be the ones with the expertise in the ministry.
The minister get the credit. The CEO does the work.
The work, yeah. The CEO is supposed to be somebody versed in whatever ministry they're placed in.
So the minister kind of facilitate the responsibilities, and the CEO kind of take charge, something like that.
Yeah, well, it should be that the CEO have all the expertise in that field.
All right.
Again, I use the word should.
Should. All right.
And the other thing,
there's two appointments that I want to congratulate that I'm familiar with.
All right.
First is my little cousin, Paul Thompson. He was nominated.
Okay.
You're probably familiar with that name. And also Louis Wade. Louis Wade out of Falcons TV Belmopan.
We're not senator.
Yeah, he's a
Cousin as
senator
well.
for the churches, So,
You actually feel like Louis Wade is a good choice?
Oh, wait.
Yes, it's their choice.
You know what?
Do you believe him?
Yes, I truly believe so. He's firm. He's to the point. He don't beat around the bush. He
He's
tells it
MAGA.
like it is. And I think he is, Steve. I really think so.
All right. Well, I'm gonna vote for Casale as number one international.
Hey, you see Groove right there? Yeah, here, Mr. Wade, they're on the same side for certain subjects, hear me?
Yo, let me tell you something.
Well, they're on the same side of the fence for certain things that might come up.
I like Louis Wade. I also like my brother, but knowing my brother's opinion, I wouldn't have my brother head the there are certain committees I would not let him head because I know his opinion. And it's just like our good friend Pastor Reverend Honorable Dr. Louis Wade. He's a cool guy, but he got some screwed up opinions. The things that he followed, Doge, Project 2025. Those aren't good for belief.
I'm not with Doge.
Oh, we don't got Doge. I say you don't have to worry about here, Doge, because Doge is not here. So they are dealing with the subjects that come up here, that are relevant here.
He has the Doge mentality.
Like the comedian Jimmy Fallon was saying last night. He said as soon as SpaceX come back, Elon Musk fire the whole crew.
Yeah. As soon as they land, everybody wanted to go back.
I gotta go to break.
Hey, real quick, Frisco, I need for you guys to work on something with management. I want to see you guys do a remote show. Like how WB is along at Spooners. I would love to see you guys do a remote
show.
We'd
love to see too.
Yeah, with the plan for the one for Atlanta.
I hope management is listening. Yeah. And I think the viewers locally and internationally would love to see you guys broadcast from a different location. And I know it could be worked out.
Right now, you got two locations. You got Belize City, Cooking Tree, and Lapa Luxury.
Lapa Luxury. We're actually going to come to Atlanta and do a show from your house.
If you guys would do it for Steve's backyard with the grill lighting in the background.
Boy, that'd be some kind of party, yeah.
Yo. Yeah, we organize something like that. No, with the broadcast
some kind of party
like that.
Yeah, and Lisa, hi. Just make sure whatever you guys do, if you do that from Crooked Tree in Steve's backyard, just make sure Steve not light nothing, no fire heart sticker nothing. Remember that picture?
What you mean? Yes.
That's already BW. That ship sailed.
Lord Barbecue is
the one and only number one international.
BW.
Represent yourself.
Yeah, that was a good.
Let me say good morning to Ellen Sue. What's up, man? Out there in the capital.
Miss Di's in tune. Also to Miss Edna Pollard and Kathleen Eby. Good morning, guys. CY, where you at?
There, just say good morning.
Good morning to all you people out there who like Johnny Cake warm.
That's not the question. If you like, how you like your Guinness, you like it hot or cold?
I don't even drink it.
I know.
I tell you something. Guinness, once you buy Guinness and come out of the freezer and they in your hand for 30 seconds, it tastes like pee after that. Because, yes, there and Guinness, when it warm, tastes like pee. You could only drink that at 32 degrees.
Oh, Lord. Casale, where you going?
Yeah, good morning, guys. I just heard my cousin, my big cousin, he like calling me a little cousin, BW. Louis Wade has always been controversial. Even from high school, he was controversial. He always had his own opinions in life, his own choice, So, yeah, that's how Louis Wade is from small. I grew up on the Riverside with Louis Wade, about 6 houses down. That's BW's, his mom is his auntie and everything. I'm not his cousin, but that's BW's cousin. But me and Marlon Quillen, we used to chance Louis Wade from volleyball. Like I said, me and Quillen used to be the champions in volleyball in Dan Grega. So he was part of the suspect too, him and Allen and David Sharp. Even though Wade up in there. But anyway, about Louis Wade, one thing about Louis Wade, right? I went to BW's brother's funeral, right? And I went in the back and tried to smoke a little weed, right? In the back of the house. And guess who passed by? It was Father Louis Wade.
And it cussed you out? It prayed for you?
Yeah, the man catch me, Louis Wade catch me and smoke weed behind the house. The man cut the eye hard. But that's all he could do. You can't say nothing about that.
Hey, Groove, Somebody want to know. Somebody want to know how you know how PPT is.
What?
But anyway,
Oh
guys,
my God.
talking about call and everything. This is my last 10 seconds on the call. And Mr. Frisco, you gotta make up your mind who's the number one call. I spent $300.
I just say where the man that the man title way over the years. You try to take over the man title, so you have to work hard.
You that the number one caller because
Yeah. Well, okay, see, it's cousin Paul too.
Now for music by request days.
Yeah, wait, go faster and Frisco. Is cousin Paul? Yeah. When I won my first basketball national championship for high school, it was against Paul, against St. John's.
Okay.
That's in the record book. Anyway, peace out, guys.
Casale. Casale did it. Casale, you know what Casale song should be? I did it my way.
Right?
I've lived
never planned to do
a life that's full. I've traveled each and every way. But more than this, I did it
Casale.
my way. That's a Casale, that's your song, brother.
That was a graduation song for us.
All right, so Syed Musa's last term in office was 2015 to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you go.
Very good. Thank you for that bit of information.
I had that question up in the air. I just to get an answer back from the news center. What? Somebody there at Seattle? Who the call? What?
Always wet in Seattle.
I know. I'm trying anything at the ring. I got to go to break, but let me grab this.
Always wet in Seattle, man. Trust
Let me grab this.
me.
Yo, where do you go, Ram?
Greetings in the name of the Most High, brothers Groove, Frisco, the top DJ, and Mona Lisa Love. The topic on Creole, the Creole language, is very interesting, and I'm glad that you are selecting in the Google, as I heard that the young lady say, Belize Creole, and it appears in Google. But why I'm saying this is because you also need to understand or remember or keep in mind that Creole is not just only for Belize. And that's why it's interesting or is very smart to type in Belize Creole, right?
Okay.
But the next thing is, if we know or we had paid attention, where did Creole originate from? Because, like I said, it's not only in Belize that people speak Creole. There are many different places that black people speak Creole. Even in the United States, a lot of black people speak the broken English too. That is also Creole. But to wrap it up there, I remember reading in history books, black history books especially, our history, I don't read white man history, that black people was using Creole because they didn't want the master to understand what they were saying. After the slave master, the French, the Portuguese, the English, and the Spaniards forced them to speak their language because they was afraid of the African tongues. You know, Africa has so many dialects that the white people are scared. They feel like, maybe they're plotting to kill us. So you gotta speak Spanish, you have to speak English, so that all those languages become Creole. Remember Mr. Silva say there's a Creole Spanish? Because those languages was used to still disguise, to make a master see you talk English, but at the same time only you and or another slave understand each other. But it's very interesting topic.
All right.
Take care for now.
All right, Ram. Yeah.
What they say about Creole? Creole, on a whole, is generally you have to have two different languages to come up with a Creole language, because the Creole language often they say emerges from they have roots in colonial context, where languages mix as results of trade, slavery, and other forms of contact. And examples, you have Haitian Creole, Belizean Creole, Louisiana Creole, They're all Creole, but like with different dialects, you know. Yeah, and it comes from the two different languages or two or more languages that were spoken, and they just are blend together. That's why I always thought of Belize Creole as a mixture of English and Creole. You know, that's why we keep some English words, you know.
Yep.
All right,
But
let's
very
take a
good.
break then, and
Yes.
So we'll come back.
we'll be right back.
Okay.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale.
course. The best time to come back is 7-Eleven, baby. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. That's the time on the clock. For real. Here it is. Of course. The best time to take a couple of minutes, or a minute, is right after a couple of minutes. Thanks, Christy. Yeah. All right. Let's bring back the crew. We are back. Inside the morning stew, man. Where is everybody?
Did I hear you say Christy?
Yes, Christy reminded everybody that it's 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Yes.
Danke Shane.
What's that?
Yo, in China, Danke Shane, that means thank you in Yiddish. Don't you know that?
Okay.
In China, 4 Canadian nationals were executed earlier this year. Canadian authorities have confirmed. But they were Chinese with dual citizenship. China doesn't recognize dual citizenship. The 4 citizens were convicted of drug charges. It doesn't say what exactly the charges were, but a spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Canada reportedly urged Ottawa to stop making irresponsible remarks as pundits feared a further downturn in relations between 2 countries. So, you know, it'd be like if a Belizean American was executed, that foreign under their law. Oh no, actually it wouldn't. It would, you know, because with China they say we have our laws. We don't recognize dual citizenship. They broke our laws. They are Chinese, so thank God.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
And then around prong they say a star.
Yes. Good one to say good morning to Spooners. You wanted you to check the Creole word Tun Kush Na.
I know that what? Tun Kush.
Ni. Now I don't know if that's in there, Spooners. I don't know if that's in there.
I've heard that word before.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. It's Nani that your auntie, so it's a small auntie. Yes. In other news, let me see. Armed men abduct dozens of from a bus in Ethiopia. The incident happened in an area where around 100 students were similarly seized last July. At least 85 people are killed in new Israeli Gaza strikes, says the Hamas-run health ministry. I don't know when Israel won't be considered a state sponsor of terrorism. I don't know when the world will get some backbone and deal with Israel accordingly. Because Trump, who was supposed to be the savior for the people of Gaza, because a lot of people chose to believe that the Democrats weren't doing enough. They didn't understand international politics enough to understand what was happening. And it was like the Morning Stew said, right after had a president won in the United States, right after that elections, if Kamala would have been president, you would have seen changes. But they chose to believe that Donald Trump loved the people of Gaza. I know they don't know if to do it itself because Donald Trump is the biggest enemy of Gaza. So, you know, because of people...
I disagree right there, though.
What's that?
Kamala Harris intentionally dodged the subject.
No, because of an election. Again, you have to understand the context of how
That's
things
what I'm
happen.
saying. You dodge the subject because you know you no one done anything different.
A context of what's happened. There were things that during the election, and we understand it, even though people's lives are being lost during elections like that, those are just casualties, collateral damages. And the Democrats didn't want to come out and say, oh, we are gonna support Gaza full-fledged and this and that, because then they're going to lose the Jewish vote. And they baffle on it. But what I'm saying is people who don't have memory, who don't remember the first term, actually thought that Donald Trump was going to have some empathy. They actually believed the bull he was saying. And now that they realize he's not, then they try find out that what happened. Oh yeah, change. Oh, come on, please, you're all screwed up.
Yeah, apart from Donald Trump, I still believe that because of U.S. policy,
yeah,
the dodging was intentional. Never say enough.
Yes.
And that's why you lose elections anyway.
Yes, but again, you see what happened?
I don't talk about Trump. I don't talk about them.
Yeah, there was a perfect storm for why the Democrats lost. There was a war. And when there's a war, the country becomes divided. So when your choice is either to come out and say, I support the Arabs or I support the Jews. Both of those are a
But I don't talk about even that. I don't think they may do anything different.
Yeah.
I don't think they do anything different because of U.S. policy.
Yeah, I remember before the election, my take on it was that I know that they made a flip-flop a little bit.
Cause Biden, as we say in our Belize, pussyfoot wrong it same way. Never stop it. Never said no.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
Because of contractual obligations, because of treaties and stuff. But like I said, the way how it was moving towards the end, when there was more pressure coming on to Israel and like that, I truly believed, and I still believe, that if the Democrats would have gotten in, they would have changed the course of what's happening. They would have given some ultimatums to Israel. But Israel have no ultimatum now. Trump to tell them, yo, see the weapon here, say everything here we're going to need for finish one of the circuit open or resort. But, hey.
I don't believe them. I don't believe they may do anything different. They may talk different, but the actions don't may reflect the talking.
Yeah. Well, just something that is being reflected yesterday, segregation is back in the U.S. Segregation is back. There was a bill signed, I think it was by LBJ in the 60s, I think, that made segregation illegal. You couldn't have black schools, black this, white that. But what happened now is that with a swipe of a pen, Donald Trump made it legal that companies and private places could literally say, yo, no black people or no Mexican, and stuff like that. And when you look at stuff like that, bro, it's hard for me to look at people that support that and say that you have any sense. You have a grasp of reality, and you are supporting an idiot like this. You still have hope that there's going to be some sort of change for an idiot like this. But
yeah, let's jump into a news.
We don't bother with that until it happens until it touch we, then we are worried about it.
Let's do a news package.
Yes. This
it's brought to you.
For you through the kind courtesy of Smart.
Just in
Me like see your nails.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. As it relates to ministerial portfolio assignments in the Briceño's second cabinet, it has since emerged that though Minister Jose Mai retains agriculture, food security, and enterprise, he has been stripped of responsibility for the sugar industry, which has now been assigned to Dr. Osman Martinez for day-to-day management. However, it will be the Prime Minister himself who will be substantively responsible for the industry. The decision follows an emergency meeting that PM John Briceño held with principals of ASR in Miami last month. He noted that on a morning show Tuesday that they expressed serious concerns about the handling of matters in the sugar industry. However, it can be said that the writing was on the wall from the moment of negotiations for a new commercial agreement between BSI and the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association. In December of 2023, when cane farmers protested and blocked roads, delaying interrupting the cane season. The Prime Minister had to step in and Contrary to Mai, a cane farmer himself who seemed aligned with the farmers, the Prime Minister indicated that the interests of both sides had to be considered and that the government has to be impartial. The developments could signal turbulent moments ahead within this year when the 2-year interim commercial agreement expires and another needs to be negotiated. On the one hand, you have the multinational corporation which threatened to reconsider its investments in Belize at the height of the tension in 2023. And on the other, there is the largest cane farmers association, which is determined and unafraid to employ strong action to defend their interests. This package brought to you through the courtesy of Smart.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Everyone's. Welcome back. All right, so the one of the hot topics of yesterday that was making its rounds on the book was the removal of a signage in front of City Hall of a business that operates
a banner
downstairs. No,
it was a banner. Some people there have a business, I guess a food business, and somebody else also have a food business on the same flat. I don't know what's the partition to say this is that.
Well, the issue isn't the business. The issue is the signage.
The sign, but they're saying the people who banner they took down saying that the other person whatever.
They have. The problem is the banner. The problem is the type of banner. That is the issue here. It seems. No, the problem is it enough of an issue? According to the council, they've said to everybody what they request and what they want. And I'll read a part of their.
You know what? No banner the hang past the council.
Yes, they said the decision aligns with ongoing efforts to enhance the aesthetics and upkeep of City Hall, including rehabilitation work, sidewalk parking, and space painting and general improvements, while still providing vendors with a structured and organized platform to promote their business. It says, since December 2024, the valuation manager communicated to all City Hall vendors in 2024, that's last December, regarding the removal of banners placed on the front of the building. However, they allowed vendors to retain banners within the interior walls. Vendors were encouraged to install metal signage on the building, as some vendors have already done. Okay. So that's the issue at hand.
But I'll tell you the truth. I don't believe that any public City Hall, we understand the how City Hall end up there. We understand that there's a whole lot of place down there where they could rent. But I don't want to see no sign from City Hall when I go do public, when I go there go do the government's work, or I don't want to see.
Right. I don't even want to see it like hanging over. Put it in.
Yeah. All I want to see is City Hall.
Right. The beauty of it. Because it's beautiful.
Yep, and then if you want, you put something when you enter inside, put one sign where say restaurants or whatever that way. But outside, the only thing I don't want to see is City Hall.
Yeah.
You know, imagine putting up metal signs on the house of on the National Assembly.
Yeah, well, like you said, there's an issue there that it was the commercial center where businesses used to be. They moved. So City Hall is what, the third floor, second floor, what floor?
Second and third, I believe.
For me, City Hall.
And then the first floor still has
because they had some stuff.
Still have a couple businesses on the first floor. So they're not saying they're not moving the people.
City Hall business is on
So they're not moving them. They're telling them to change their signage to something more aesthetically pleasing.
Put it on the interior.
And put the signage on the interior, but if I put a sign, place something more official, like so that's the issue at hand. There was a big commotion on Facebook yesterday. So whose side do we take? They're not. They say if they move their sign, people want to know if they've moved. They're saying, well, from last year they tell them if it change the type of signage they have.
We had to do with the signs and respect to all these owners. You know, I know how hard it is out there, or I can imagine how hard it is out there. But, again, I think it has to do with principle. It has to do with zoning. City Hall should not be in our restaurant area, first of all. But if it is, put sign in a mule park. Put some nice sign in a mule park, painting over there with your name of your restaurant or something. But let City Hall look official. It's a beautiful building now. It has a beautiful paint job. It looks official. Keep it official. People know that restaurants.
A lot of people were, you know how it goes when somebody goes against the system. Everybody is on. Let the people make they put up their sign.
Yeah, I understand that, but you can't downgrade your official houses, man. They're like putting up signs from government house. You know.
Yeah. Okay. What say you, Belize, if you want to chime in on this subject? Do you leave the people with their sign, or do you go with the flow? I think the city council said that they did talk to them before. They did tell them what's the plan. Carmelo.
If you walk in
Grove, and I agree with you at all. You especially, because listen, we don't need to do no for work or contract or business right side of that. People from the council have sharing. Yeah, already do that as a target and all lady. We go afford a sensible banner. I like the lady just write that the banner not cheap for me. That me not agree with for bring
so how about
people.
No, but how about they said they could make one sign but make one more official type of sign?
You know about official all of that are just excuse better because that banner they not look nowhere. That properly make.
Okay.
The whole thing is now we find the simplest thing for drive pressure for you people. And me not agree with anything. They like that may unnecessary and call for. And I hear say people where they try and they struggle, and then the system use nearly power and stripe, and people when they in charge of that, they add that down.
But they said that subject came up from last year, December.
Yeah, we all do that sit down every day and find out how to frustrate the few police and where they struggle and they try and make an lead end. You know? All the people doing associated with a position, that think how to bring pressure up on the very same people where they struggle. We're tired of that. We're tired, people they get tired of that. The whole system and everything was set up. That just will frustrate you where they try. You understand? I don't know that everything, but I felt that call for necessary. There's a lot more things for them call police fan and waste the system time. Me don't agree with that. Me that already said that.
All right.
Bless up.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Let me call police panel lady.
Police are there to
was
keep
there.
the peace.
Police was there.
Let me tell you something. I have always said, and we have always said on the morning stew, that too many restrictions and legislations and requirements hamper a lot of people from getting into business, from starting a small business. I personally feel like when you're starting a small business, they need to give you a year or two for get yourself together, start to make money before you have to pay all kind of thing. I agree with all of that. I also agree with zoning. I also agree with protocol, and I also agree in rules. Yeah, and the only thing that I am saying is that City Hall is a government building. Whether or not we like it, once it says City Hall, that's government. And we would not want to see banners, billboard, or plaques for our government building. It takes away from what it's supposed to be, you know. Once you walk in at that City Hall, as you step in, there's supposed to be light up signs where it says City Hall this way, restaurants that way, or whatever. And then you put up all the signs you want. But on the outside, when one tourists pass or when dignitaries pass and they say, oh, is this City Hall there? Oh, but see Mara meet there over there too. And say this one there. No, you want to say City Hall. Okay. You know, we have Mule Park right there. Put your signs in Mule Park, painting over there, whatever. On the side of the building, by the bridge, put your sign there.
Carmelo?
Yeah, it's good. Rules to keep it professional. If you want to keep it professional, the window and rest of spaces for commercial people, government officer, municipal officer.
That's his point. That's his point overall.
Yeah, because people have to advertise and they pay and rent and things. So, don't keep it professional, rent all the spaces. Put other government office in there. All right.
So the question would be, can a person who owns a space say, this is how you got to do it. You can't do it how you want to do it. You got to do it how it goes with our plan.
How we want it.
It's like a housing association. You move into a place. Yeah, you move into a place run by a housing association. You can't paint your house any color. You can't keep your yard anyway. You can't park your vehicle anyway. There's certain rules, even though it's your house. There are certain rules, you know. One of our listeners says,
"Yeah, there are. You see, we're not used to that. We're not used to that type of thing. We have, it's always, well, and nothing wrong. They know to stop there, so that's a good thing. They know to stop there from have business. Just to tell them change the type of signage to something more that they agreed on last year. I guess I don't know.
One of our listeners says, "I woke up with a crinoline neck." Second of all, he says, "In Belize, we act too much on emotion. This subject isn't even newsworthy." And it's true. This not even one topic that should have made the news. This is one thing where you take care, but again, Belize small. So things like that will get across. And again,
because if we operate, and again, we get the like Dara's position where that position. But if you go anywhere else, you got to conform to the rules that apply.
Exactly, and this is what we're saying.
Remember, there was a big thing when they moved the vendors from Albert Street.
Mm-hmm.
There was a big thing. Oh, we stop the people from making their money. Blah blah blah.
I still disagree with that. I still disagree with that move. I still don't like the fact that they shove all the vendors in one place instead of have the people where they're amongst the people.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that Albert Street had a dead zone anyway, so
maybe it dead because the hot dog vendors gone.
Man, that's the go. Hey, that dog people like, hey, everybody know where to go for the burger and anything that night. So nobody.
No, we do, and a lot.
No,
of
they may know fan then. They know fan then. When club done,
a lot of time it's not convenient.
When club done, Bridgefoot.
Yeah. When exactly. But there was a time when club done, you might find somebody right next to the club. You might find somebody 2 steps up.
Well, they are there, but yeah. Some go closer today, but yeah. That's why they have food courts, right? They call food courts. If you say beautify the city, you're either there with a program or you say let everybody make they do what they want. So that which side of the fence would depend, no?
No, because you go to any big city, you know if I find food courts, a mall. Yeah. When you go to a big city, every corner you find a hot dog
court,
vendor,
right?
you find one fruit stand vendor on every corner. You find that on every corner.
Yeah. I guess. If a city, it boils down to if the city said they have a plan. And if you want to go with that plan or not go with that plan.
I have one.
What are your plan?
I could tell you like idea. How work my after emotion. If you live side of me, man, come on now. I dash garbage, you dash garbage, right? But I decided what? Frisco put away garbage. Remember I knew in the neighborhood, I would take my garbage up inside Frisco and start when the truck passed. The one thing. No! You helping me, I'm making no. Put your garbage so. I was like, but that's garbage. You understand? But then when you're moving to a new neighborhood, you have to follow the rules and the protocol how it work.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That like you can't make noise next door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play music here, come listen to that next neighborhood. I was like, but I'm paying my bill, you know what I'm saying?
I guess.
But why we stand so?
Well,
question. Why we stand so?
Yeah.
That's a question for you to ask, right?
Yeah. Ram, what go on?
Greetings again. I think I kind of I should say I agree with Dara.
Okay.
Because being out there as a street vendor, entrepreneur, or even if you are in a building, I notice that every time a certain specific type of people, especially if you have some people that say you black and poor, like they get the most pressure because I could recall the whole market.
But let me ask you this: Are we using that as a shield every time something comes up? Oh, because black and a poor, I'm not supposed to do certain things. That is always a shield because a black or a poor or a Belizean.
Something happened to me because of that.
We have to follow certain rules or do certain things. Are we using that as a shield because that has been used as a shield? Oh, because you're black. Oh, because imagine, Because that's the go-to every time something happens. Oh, but which it is true sometimes.
Okay.
So I ask, do you think we use it as a shield? Because you could be very successful. You have a business there, and the business could be very successful. And it's a matter of. Huh?
No, I was saying you asked me a question.
Yeah.
I could answer you.
Go to.
In my experience, personal experience, when I started to do little business in 96 and so after coming off a ship, I realized that there was a specific person working for City Council which just everybody will look black from Albert Street, yet he, the same person, the pity I can't call the name, he had 20 vendors in front of the old Romax under his command. And when I get to find out and try to get on the same area where those 20 vendors, immigrant was, foreign, Central American immigrant was right in front of old Romax in the back of Brody's, he tell me that nobody there, if you go back to my car now, before he moved. That's how he said to me, and this man our Creole man.
Well, that'll be corruption. That'll be corruption. That's corruption.
Some American vendors say to me that he's allowing them to be there, but they are tired of him because every day he come and take things off us and then start.
I said that corruption, but yeah.
Okay? No. When the whole market was shut and he started to build a new building and the same spot where City Hall is now, the City Council front the Mule Park, at that time, they write up names, including my name. Oh, yeah, you got to move on the street. You go into the market because this, because that, and because of the other. Right? But when I make a move to the City Hall on Northern Street, to request for my stall in there. They tell me they can't find my name. But people again, that is immigrant in the downstairs, they was already having a stall there yet. I can't get on yet. So the man said, my name no there. I tell him, Mr. But I present a letter and I keep a copy. Here is the copy. Yeah, but you name no there. So what you could do, go right to the market and look for Mr. So-and-so and he talk to him. When I get there, the man said to me, all right, this is the deal. We will give you one stall upstairs on the 3rd floor, which is where nobody go there, go buy nothing. Everything was on the 1st floor. But you have to put on $500. If you don't have 500, then forget it. You need not there, but put 500. I tell them, Mr. Boyan, and I can't sell nothing. Everybody they don't sell. And then the poor people that was selling there, or later that used to sell fruits and so on, everybody they move out to the Queen Market, Finnegan Market.
But okay, I want to answer the question though, because you're going on a different tangent there. So the people change the signage to a more better signage as what they required, or leave the sign
if you
as
refer to the signage, I think you have to have a sign. If you have the sign, you have to have a sign, which is not like you say, like, this is my place and I put sign here and the next one says the same thing. No, put one only sign as I see in the mall in Miami. One sign that indicates the amount of vendors that's in there. So when you walk there, you read number 1 this, number that, number 3 Frisco, number 4 Lisa.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That point. That would end the whole confusion. Yeah.
Right. That's not good.
Yeah. That would end the whole confusion. Very good. That's the point.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So I went on the street to try to
You see what the one the problem.
A lot of people don't understand what that the issue. So first of all, a lot of people not really sure what's going on out there.
I don't know. I gone.
People believe that. People believe that.
They say don't set everything.
People believe.
Back to normal. The sign is off. I went to talk to the owner. The owner said
they allow it.
He tell me, right, outright. But see, you late that whole news. This is a
by yesterday. See the mic there? So you talk to the person?
This is the less than.
So they allow them if they left the sign?
The sign right in the back.
All right.
Right back, but this is less than 24 hours.
There you go. So you don't say they give him another time to change it?
The man just say, no, the same sign they did.
Okay.
They neat and nice.
Okay.
So I asked, where really gone? I kind of 2 sides to one story.
Yeah.
He said, we said that whole news.
Well, you just get it the other side of the story.
Yeah, that whole news. So maybe they don't want to talk to nobody.
Right.
Again, I was out there on the street, walking around, man, in my own business as usual, doing my 2 cents.
With a hurry, can we chat?
Right? Okay. Doing my 2 cents, and boom! It popped up on my phone that the commissioner has vacate Ghana expat. No problem. So I said, I can ask people in 2 cents.
Well, I'm not official yet, so.
Yes, but people look like they're happy. I never see people happy so yet. And I did the interview. I did the interview. So, that's my 2 cents.
Nobody ever happy with the police if that person we're not happy with police.
Yeah, but they're happy. I
don't know where they're happy
we're happy, gone. You don't believe that.
I understand that, but well, I understand that. People who got a problem with the law always got a problem with the law.
No, but these are regular people.
I don't got no problem with Testa as a commissioner.
That's why I asked a question.
Yeah.
Right, but they're happy.
What do you know? Yeah. They're happy. So, well, the man not gone yet, kind of say yes or no.
Yeah, but the package is good.
Mm-hmm.
The package is good.
That
Frisco, I think you're official now.
Not official yet.
But they put it.
You're not official yet. At least.
Well, you see the photo when they put everybody on the job description and everything, they don't put that out, you know?
Yeah, but
that done deal.
It was offered, and I think no official acceptance.
Well, you look original and you look official.
All right. Anybody else want to add anything else here? Crew?
I'm listening.
Brick said, sign the back, everything curry, business as usual.
Yeah.
I feel like Belize, they got through some growing pains because we there in the world, we there in the modern time, and
You're saying we need to step up to the plate.
We need to step up to the plate. There's a lot of things where we don't want to, because of how things were, but because of the times we live in, because of the amount of tourists we get, because of the accolades the country to get, we need to realize that. That not everything no more. Everything no copacetic no more. All right, me ballet, I know you. There has to be guidelines. there has to be protocols, you know. We don't need to slow down when you say a small business to try develop. But one thing like signage on a government building, there should be no signage on a government building except for government building. You know, and that's all it is. I mean, the question should be not whether or not.
I get you. I totally understand what you say. You put the signage outside of the building, across the street if you want.
Yeah.
The sign saying that's here, so and so is here.
Mm-hmm. Or like where Ram said.
And that would go for the other business as well that has the signage. But they're saying, okay, they would want, if you do signage, do it that way, with a professional metal signage that's permanent, rather than a banner that's tacked up with tying rope or whatever you call that stuff there.
Yeah. Because if we continue like this, pretty soon you're gonna see drink.
Maybe they work out a deal where maybe they give them more time for get one proper signage. I mean, that would be good. I mean, why settle? I mean, if I could up my business and make it look professional,
do it.
That's that's better for me. I think it would be better for me to get it as professional. I got a barber shop. You know what? I want the best chair in there. I want the best machines for use. You know what I mean? I like with the bus thing and say, you know, your boss, I could stop getting a whole bus to run by the street.
Mm-hmm. Step up.
Everybody vexed. You can't say make you get the old bus off of the street and get some newer bus. Yeah. But I mean, you know, oh, the poor bus man.
One of our listeners says,
cheap, right?
One of our listeners says then tell me before you take me money.
But they're saying they had a discussion from last year.
We don't know how long that business has been there either. So maybe they did not tell them. We don't know.
They said in their release that this is a discussion from last year. And dialogue is key. That you could say, you know, maybe I don't got the money for buy the sign right now. Maybe you could give me a loan for buy the sign. I don't know.
This is one of these questions where depending on how you ask the question, you'll get a different answer. If you ask the question, should a small business be able to put up a sign for their business? Everybody has to say yes.
Of course.
If you ask the question, do you think government buildings should have commercial signs on them?
That's another
question. The majority of people have said no. You know? So, I mean, it's a funny thing. I'm glad they worked it out. Hold on, wait. Let me see. I believe I have somebody who agree with me here that don't normally
and I don't know, like I said, there's a lot of information that's not available.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an internal meeting would have served best, but we don't know if they did have an internal meeting with the business owners to say, hey guys, we really need for, you know, rather than have it play out in public, things like that.
One of our very, very smart and intelligent listeners, a Spooner, says, you are right, Steve. Like you said, no signage, but maybe a directory inside the building of businesses.
Or a billboard across somewhere where it's
so people could know. But again, you know, it's a simple thing.
But that happened because it's like what was first, the chicken or the egg? The place was a commercial center first. They were businesses.
No, it's not.
They were businesses up to the second or third floor. Those failed, and it was left only the bottom, the first floor.
Yeah.
And City Hall needed a place to go.
That's right.
And so they went into a place that was originally commercial. So should they say, you know what? Should they have done? Now I don't know who made it there first. If the businesses at the bottom remain there while City Hall said, well, we want use this space now. So
I think it's after the renovations they rented out
the renovation
of the downstairs because they had to do some reno.
So should City Hall say, you know what? Again, who come first? I don't know. Obviously, they're not stopping the two businesses from running.
Yeah,
they're saying.
I know what else though. It's funny that you can't have two entrances, or I don't know if they do, because if they had one entrance that would lead directly for City Hall, that would be one thing. And if they had another entrance that, like right on the sidewalk next to City Hall, if they had an awning down there, that would signify City Hall is over here, but from this awning down, it's the restaurant area. Look, all of that are semantics. No government building should have signs, funny, except what they are.
Yeah.
All right. I see why I said something. Let me see if I can get to what she said.
Why they agree with you again?
Hey, double or nothing, double or nothing.
No, I don't know if I agree. I agree. She
I
could
agree
be
with you again.
disagree.
Tell you, I City Hall must look professional.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
They're not stopping the business. They're saying they want to abide by a certain look, aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, a sign costs money. So again, maybe they could have, had some internal meeting with the owners and say, hey, I don't know, when we realistically could change that type of signage that goes with the aesthetic of the building. Is that too much to ask? I don't know.
No, we hope it's not too much.
Well, they say they're back to business. All is well that ends well.
All right, so we have an understanding, and
maybe they came to a compromise somewhere there. But yeah,
I think they probably people from City Hall went down to the restaurant, had a nice dinner, and they worked it out.
There you go.
I think that would have been the way rather than making it a public spectacle.
Yeah, but and again, you see, it's like the listener said. This wasn't even a story. Sometimes you look at news stories or you look at a news program and say, you know what, nothing happened today. Nothing happened. You could tell by the
Well, it became a story because the person went live and it was broadcasted all over the book and everybody made a thing. So obviously now City Hall was forced to put out a press release.
Yeah. And it eventually turned itself into a story.
Right. It morphed into that. Once somebody go live, you don't know what it is.
It's over.
It's over now. Like, we'll be right back.
Yes, it is.
Whether you are a
celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Ashton. Coming to you from mom and dad, the entire family, all your friends. Wishing you many, many more.
All right. Happy birthday, Ashton.
That's right.
All right. Also celebrating birthday, Phoebe Robbie. Birthday today. Dwight Daz Barrow. DJ.
Oh.
Daz, big up yourself.
Every time.
Of course.
That's right.
Kyle Miller also celebrating a birthday today.
Kyle
Miller.
Kyle, happy birthday, Kyle.
Alison Mendez celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday,
Really?
man. Big up yourself, man.
Happy birthday.
And
I wonder if she's related to Alice.
Angel Graham. Sakani Angel Graham celebrating a birthday today.
Happy birthday as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's it on the book right there.
Happy birthday.
All right, can we get the weather real quick?
Yes. The weather today, Miss Button. Oh, this is Benjamin Button's cousin.
Oh, for real?
Pearl, you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Pearl Button.
Here's your weather. Ooh, fair weather prevails. In our forecast, sunny with cloudy spells. Yeah, we saw that earlier today. And partly cloudy tonight. Showers, if any, will be isolated. Winds blowing east-northeast at 5 to 50 knots. The sea state is light chop. Waves beyond the reef 2 to 4 feet. Temperatures for today on the coast, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Inland areas, 92 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the hills, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. We're currently experiencing a low tide. A high tide comes in at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Another low is on schedule at 8:58 tonight, followed by, well, they don't have another high. I guess that's going to be later. Sunset this evening at...
Tonight.
6:03.
There you go. And the moon will rise at 11:35 p.m. In our outlook, this is through to Friday night, is for fair weather to continue with a little or no rain. Our forecaster is our girl, Francisco Wellington, and that's your weather.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Pearl Button, for that beautiful weather right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Still here. You remember Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
Of course.
Well, this is Mr. Still's son, Stan. Ladies and gentlemen, Stan Still.
Stand still. All right, stand still. All right, so I'm taking a look at this. There is that high pressure pushing down. There's a northerly flow coming from the Gulf into the Yucatan area. We do have that northeast, and that will continue as that, it's not much of a front, I guess. It might bring a little cooler temperatures. A couple degrees.
Well, that's what you said initially. So.
Yeah.
That's why let me get divorced.
It's not a major, but it does keep the that northeasterly flow going. All right, so 85 on the coast, 92. That's a bit cooler than that 102 or 103 the other day.
But it's still warmer than what we had earlier this week.
Yeah, but that continues through today. And then moving into Saturday, I have a more easterly flow there over the weekend. All right, so pretty good.
Good thing.
I'll take it. I'm not seeing anything significant between.
There's no gyre anywhere
in the next 5 days. Yeah, there was that very impressive gyre, extra tropical, whatever they called it. There in the.
There's no interplanetary congestion zone.
Yeah, no disturbance along the.
None.
Intertropical convergence zone. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that's about it, man. We got to get on out of here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stan Still. Thank you all for everybody who participated in the stew today in one way or another. We're going to see you tomorrow for another Free Flower Fridays. And If y'all could tell us how much flour we gave away so far, I win nothing. Call make we know. Yes.
You might be in the future runnings for
yes, I'll be in the future.
flour. How does that sound?
Mm-hmm. If you tell us how much flour, if you all tell us how much flour we gave away so far tomorrow, Tony G and giving a free flour papa his show. Tell him Frisco says so.
Thank you so much for stewing with us. Please do take care of yourself. Enjoy your day. Keep safe. Keep hydrated as well, guys. Keep yourself hydrated. It's pretty warm out there. Enjoy your Thursday. If God is willing, we will see you right back here tomorrow. Take care of you. Anyone I promise to take care of me. Ayo.
For now.
Ta-ta.